young people in my community were getting tired of being pulled by police officers, and we decided that we wanted to make a YEP project about changing all that, changing the rights of young people, treating them as adults. In Ireland, at 16, you considered an adult, like pay adult fare, pay taxes if you have a job. So if I'm being called an adult, I'd like to be treated like one. I'd like to be treated with respect. So we set up the group and interviewed police and read up a report, and hopefully we hope to reach other communities and go to them and give speeches on how to help their community if there's policing problems in their community. Young people in Ireland and police. I got laughed at. I got told, am I joking or am I messing with them? I had to convince them by telling them the outcome of what I hoped would happen, my goal. So slowly they got more on board and more interested as they seen progress. The police were interested from the start, but I didn't tell them what questions I was going to ask them. I didn't tell them I interviewed young people. I didn't let them know anything. I caught them off guard to catch their real reaction, as I did with young people. So I interviewed the young people first and then the police, and now when I go back to Dublin, I hope to do it again and see if there's any change. We hope to create a card that will state a young person's rights, but also their responsibilities in what they do as a young person, what they're not allowed to do and what they're allowed to do. And if they do get arrested, that the police follow these steps. So read them their rights, contact their parents, state why they're being arrested, and shown a document saying that is the correct act on what they're being arrested for.
I think as a public representative, if a young person such as Anthony suggests that he has an issue with the Gardaí or with the police of our state, I think that needs to be addressed. I think Anthony has shown incredible maturity in terms of addressing that issue, and I suppose it's just, I hope to continue to facilitate that conversation, because good things can only come from that.
I'm not actually going to bring the award back to my friends. I shall bring the certificate. The award is going to go towards the leader Frank, who made all this happen with YEP, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known about YEP. I wouldn't have been able to help my community with the police. Mm-hmm. The certificate I will give to my group and state that people from Europe really like our idea, and that we have their support and that we have Gary's support, so we have a bigger voice. We have someone to carry our word on, and that not to be afraid, not to give up, that we will get stuff done, and it will take time, but eventually our community can change and will change. I hope that I can walk down the street dressed as say I am now and not be discriminated by how I look. I hope that if I'm asking a guard a civil question, but by my tone of voice, I will not be discriminated of where I'm from. I hope that if a guard pulls me over and I say where I am from, North Inner City, that I will not be discriminated. I also hope that young people, when I get older and say I do have children, that they do not have to go through what I went through. Everybody has the same, so we'll try to...
And for me, it's a very simple request, and it's a very simple aspiration. A young person from the North Inner City, which is my community, is simply saying that he wants to be treated with a little bit more respect. And I think that's something that we in positions of power, no matter who we are, can only afford young people. And that's going to be something that we continue.